What's up, everybody?
What was going on? Oh my God. Oh my God. Started off like that. Oh,
Had to hit the little real quick.
I'm thrown off my center of balance. I'm legitimately like thrown. Oh my goodness. I can't believe we just started out with the absolute like looks maxing good.
Yeah, I can't believe you just got mogged like that. That's
Yeah, like
insane.
I can post this. Like I don't know if I can post this. Like I don't know if
Yeah.
my reputation can handle this. Um,
Yeah, you can cut that out, but I'll know, and you'll know.
you said what?
You can cut that out, but I'll know, and we will know.
Nah, it'll be felt in the aura of the rest of the podcast. They'll be like, this dude got mocked and he cut it out. We can feel it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
different nowadays, brother. If you got mogged, oh shit.
yeah, Jace negative 50 aura, permanent debuff.
Oh, oh, it just into my it just, oh my lord. Computer, give this man negative 50 or debuff permanently. Been programmed.
Yeah.
Make these two dudes super gay and super horny. You've been programmed. We go around at my work doing that to each other. Where we go, computer, enlarge one of these man's testicles and make them really.
Yes.
It's like just
Turn on deep thinking mode on your chat GPT there for that one.
my one of my friends just goes computer and then just stays there and doesn't say nothing. Like it's the funny, but that's so funny that two of these bits are already brought up because the whole like computer program thing and looks maxing are like, dude, I think also indicatives of huge shifts that are going on. Like meme culture and what is actually like, I don't know why I'm talking from New York. Meme culture and what's actually going on is actually representations of what's going on in the subconscious. So today we wanted to talk a lot about Luciferianism, Moloch Baal worship, and the Most High, and a contrast between these two at three, and ultimately the false light. Which in a way, it's funny I said two because in a way it is two. Because anything that's not Most High can be formed as like seen as Satanism. Satanism not meaning bad, or even the Satanism as it is now, as just your own self-actualization, but as in something that is not the most high. Anything that is not, even if it's like neutral, right? If you're deviating from the most high. So we're gonna get into the weeds, we're gonna get into the thick of it, but looking at looks maxing, right? We're looking the most physically attractive we can. It's all about ROI when it comes to what we're getting out of people. This is literally like, in a way, your computer hacking the matrix to make yourself more valuable. Lucifer was a very beautiful being. And there's a way with Luciferianisms where we're going to present. It's very pinky up, as Ryan RAELSBECK would say. Shout out to him. Follow him on everything. He's a huge, great master teacher. Luciferianism is very pinky up, where I'm like, oh, kind of high and mighty. We're seeking divine information, but there's kind of more of that, right? So we're going to look smacks to appear the way that we need to appear. So it's interesting. Also, computer, just going into like programming your own reality, doing all of these things. How there'll be a bit where he says, computer, make these cops not arrest this man. And then they just fucking won't. It's like shit like that where we do program our reality. So like I'm gonna pass the torch off to you, man. I'm excited to get into this, like, because there's so much that's indicative of us going into this new age of Lucifer. Shout out Izzy Griffin, this new meta aeon of Lucifer, as he calls it, where I get a lot of these ideas from as well. So, dude, I'm excited to dive into it, man. Do you have any thoughts, like, since you just mocked me so hard, like, what's your response?
Yeah, as a superior being. Yeah. I'm excited for this conversation about the false light. Um, and what you were saying about the looks maxing, it ties into the Luciferianism, like you were saying, because as I mean, in the Bible, it says the devil comes clothed as an angel of light, and it's always a wolf in sheep's clothing, is another way to say it.
Uh-huh.
And the focus, like this fixation on beauty, when you look at someone like Clavicular, is kind of a symptom of the deeper shadow that is being purged from our society right now. Of like we we could, I mean, there's all these people talking about modern dating and all this whole gender war that's going on right now where men and women just hate each other, and like no one can do right either on either side. And we have like gotten to this point of like the looks maxers are like it's almost more for the guys at this point. Like there's so much
It's so gay. I love
hatred
it.
for
And I'm
women.
like, I'm not straight. Like, and it's so gay. And people like don't really like. I love that it's gay. It's not a bad thing, but it is very homosexual, and I love it.
Yeah, it really
Pretty
is.
boys, let's get pretty. Oh, you look good. You've been bone smashing, haven't you? Oh, girl, your cheeks looking expanded. Oh, or like even
Oh
it's
my God, your mewing streak.
like
Wow.
we want to boys want to geek out about how beautiful other boys are, and there's nothing like that's completely fine. It's not even fully gay, but it's just like there is a level of that where it's like, so,
Yeah.
bro, I'm like, dude, you're like totally like 10 out of 10 on like the scale like of we're talking about like, dude, literally, you're gorgeous, bro. Like, are we about to kiss?
Bro, that reminds me. I won't go into this, but out of curiosity, I got this like $20 rating from one of these LooksMaxxer guys, and my face was like a 4 out of 10, apparently, and he gave me
No,
like all
no,
this shit.
no. All right,
It
we
was
got
like
to cut it
hilarious.
out. It's all fucked. I knew
But
it was fucked. Dude, what the fuck? What?
but yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
that's
the LooksMaxxing and like all this stuff, it's kind of similar to, and I'd like you to kind of define these different things, the Luciferianism, the Satanism, and these different things, because it's all about the appearances and not what you actually do. There's so many people being exposed right now in so many different situations, whether it's, Epstein or any number of other things. I'm seeing so many people being exposed come out. I don't know if anyone's heard about the Lego scandal going on right now,
oh no,
bricks and
all the way down
minifigs,
the heart,
just
man.
crazy. But it's like all of this corruption is gonna come to light and it's being purged out.
That's what this
So
the
yeah,
age of light, of knowledge, of information, the collective shadow, like just it's coming to light how these corporations, stuff like the fucking I can't even remember the company name, but the Lego scandal, bricks and minifigs, that type of crime, it's just all going to come up to light, and all of these reactions and all of these things. Oh, it seems so crazy. No, no, no. These things have been happening. Welcome to this age of Aquarius, this age of Lucifer, this age of light. Where these things and these informations, it's going to come out now. A false light versus a true, light from like a sun versus like a fluorescent light. We're gonna get into kind of the woods of that, but I have a you know what I might just hold it up. This is gonna be a little bit janky. I'm still learning here. Here's a little Venn diagram of all three of what we're talking about here. Is this backwards for you?
no, but it's so blurry.
Okay, super blurry. I'm hoping this is gonna work somehow. I might need to see if I can like share my screen and pull up a screenshot. But basically, the idea is that these three Most High, Moloch, and Luciferianism, they all tie into each other in certain ways. Ultimately, the Most High, right? Let's start with God. We all know God. We all love God. God's everywhere. God's everything. God's me and you. God's, etc. Love, compassion, service, truth, humility, truly aligning yourself with the divine will, right? So when we talk about like really manifesting your true highest self, your true, I'm completely emptying, I'm devoid of anything that is not the most high, that is God, right? So that's kind of what we're talking about, unity with the creator and in that true positive polarity unification type of way. Now here's where we go into Satanism, right? Where it's not, oh, it's bad, it's scary, but anything that is not unity with the creator in a way. And now this is the way that I'm choosing to use these words. A lot of people use these words in a lot of different ways, but for me mapping this out and for us all right here, I'm just saying the umbrella of Satanism is anything that is not unity with the creator. All right. If we're deviating, that doesn't mean it's bad. Now, Satanism is not bad, but we're just looking at it as an opposite, right? This is another path that we could take, whether it's more neutral or it is negative. This is something that is the opposite or a different path than unity with the creator, right? Okay, that out of the way. We got Luciferianism, right? Who was Lucifer, right? Lucifer was the angel of light, angel of music. There was this not even a feeling. There was just this will that arose that wasn't even like inherently positive and negative, kind of just more neutral, but it was just like, I want to know what it's like to be like God. I want to know more. I want to know more, right? And that's not something that's good or bad, right? But that is something that is a little bit like, you're deviating a little bit from the path. So that's when these things branch out and we get these things. Okay, Lucifer, right? Quotes fallen from heaven, right? And then the angel of like he was the most beautiful angel and all of these things. But he wanted to ascertain something of his own will. That doesn't mean it's good or bad. Again, we'll come back to the good or bad moral thing later. But Luciferianism, they're all about knowledge, right? They want to know things, right? They're about light. We want to collect light and information, personal enlightenment too, right? So I'm edifying the small s self, right? That's what I'm doing. Individual sovereignty, hidden wisdom, spiritual ascent through the self, right, and also the false light, which we'll get into a little bit. That's kind of like it's very again pinky up, where it's like I'm elevated, etc. But it's also a good example of someone who's very Luciferic is Elon Musk. Elon Musk is someone who is like Luciferianism is big on technology and technological advancements, right? Because we are getting more information and ability to hack this, this whole world through these technological means, through this information, this technology. So Elon Musk, someone who's like going out to Mars, we're doing all this, so we're seeking this information. He's someone who's very much in that Luciferic type of thing, where it's like he's not going to necessarily like try to step on you, but if he's got to burn down a small country to generate his AI in order to get up into space, then he might do that, right? Because he's seeking his own self-interest. So it's not necessarily like a negative thing, but it can and oftentimes will be, I got other people got to get out the way. I'm gonna step on other people to get my goals. So kind of that's kind
Hmm.
of Luciferian. Does that feel like does that kind of make sense? The general gist, general vibe?
Yeah. Could
Yeah.
you just explain what's the primary difference between Lucifer and Satan? Because those are basically anyone who's uneducated on this, those are the same thing.
So Hasatan, going back to biblical, like when they actually were calling, like we called Satan, right? And there's also a difference between Satan and the devil. So we're gonna break this down. We're gonna break this down crazy style. So Lucifer and Satan are different ideas. They represent they could technically be under one umbrella, but they do represent different things. Lucifer is not the enemy, is not like in any type of that, right? Like he's not what you think of when you think of devil. That's going to be more of what I'll talk about when we talk about Satan. Lucifer is more the angel of light, right? The angel of this of information, an angel who was of music as well. And but there's again this own kind of will that comes with it. That's kind of like that energy, right? So people seeking to ascertain more knowledge for themselves, and that's kind of that general energy of Lucifer. Now we get twisted up because then we're like, oh, Lucifer, you mean the devil? No, 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 no. Like that's not what we're talking about. When we talk about Satan, right? Satan is literally just meaning like the adversary, right? Like Hasatan, like the adversary, that which is antithetical to God in a way. Like that's the way that I see Satan. There's literally like when you say the devil, that also could just mean like someone who's being like an adversary, like an adversarial to you. Satan to me, if we think about Satanism, like we're thinking of with Satan, is more Moloch and Baal worship. The difference between Luciferianism and Satanism is this is what we think of when we think of Satanism. Power, sacrifice, and control. Sacrifice meaning child sacrifice, blood sacrifice, any type of sacrifice. That's Moloch, right? We're using blood magic on the Satanist side, like the Moloch side. So they talk about I did a blood ritual and now I'm famous in the music industry. That's Moloch Baal worship. If we for simplicity's sake, we could just call this kind of Satanism. You know what I mean? Like of what you think of. But again, I want to have a larger term. So we're going to specify this as Baal and Moloch worship. But that's going to be different from Luciferianism, right? So material dominance, right? Ends justify the means. Someone like a Jeffrey Epstein is 100% in this, like, and it even goes deeper than this, where there's actually higher powers that are working through these different energies, and there's a whole, it just keeps going up and up and up. But
Hmm.
in general, just understanding at the level that we kind of can right here, that's kind of more what we think of when we think of Satan, right? Moloch, Baal, literally child sacrifice, and going back to the Bible, they would sacrifice children to this golden calf statue of Baal, and that's a practice that has continued to this day. But they just run behind the scenes, and it's about secret
Yep.
cabals, all this stuff. They might interlap like the secret cabals of like Luciferianism and like Moloch and all that stuff, right? Because the overlap here is esoteric knowledge, right? You see the hidden knowledge, elite information, self-directed evolution, the rejection of conventional authority, and then power through hidden means or hidden understanding. So that's where they overlap. But is that, does that feel like, so again,
Mhm.
hi, Lucifer, kind of pinky up. I'm doing it for myself. This is more Satanism, where it's like I'm actually going to do blood sacrifices and I'm going to be as twisted as I can and inverse to God for the negative polarity. This is a little bit, I feel like, more neutral. Just a little more negative polarity. But
Yeah.
yeah, also,
Yeah.
is
Could you
that
text me yeah. Could you text me a picture of that real quick so I can see it on my phone?
gotcha.
But yeah, I think from what I'm hearing, it's like the satanic and Satan and Moloch is basically what you think people think of when you talk about something being demonic,
Very much.
whereas Luciferian is not so, inherently negative in that way. And Luciferian is essentially neutral,
Yeah.
where it's yeah, it's a lot. It's kind of an in between,
Yeah.
the demonic and the godly, because
Have this
this.
diagram have that in the middle because that's a great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was wondering. Yeah, you can definitely put that up in the whenever you edit. That'll be easy. Just throw that up there.
Oh yeah. Bow. There it is right there. And here's some cool effects.
Yeah. Yeah. So what was the what was in the center of the Venn diagram?
Transcendence. Because at the end of the day, these are all different forms of evolution. And here's where we
Mm,
talk of polarity. You have a positive polarity who evolves through service to others. You have a negative polarity which evolves by serving yourself. These are all different forms, different versions of transcending and choosing a polarity, right? So there's ways,
evolution.
but evolution is a great way to put it. Transcendence, evolution. All of these are different ways to do it. And the creator looks at it and goes, there's not one right or wrong way, because without the negative polarity, we can't have the positive. We can't have the Batman without the Joker. We can't, like, if you cast a light in a room,
Yeah.
there's going to be shadow. You can't have one without the other. It's duality. That's why we're here. So we need this. But the fact that it's gone this rampant to this extent, that's why we need to have these conversations, Eston, because this information is very critical to understand what's going on in this world and how these people in power are fighting each other, first of all, and also fighting you, and where these different influences from our media, from our TikToks, from whatever, where it's coming from, how to be spiritually awake and aware, and what to do about it. Like, a great example of what you can do, shameless promo, go touch grass. Jace Vanillin, I talk about these things and I put 528 hertz, which is a very protective frequency. You listen to that, that's gonna woo, clear the junk out your system, mama. So get it out. Listen to that or just listen to a hertz, like a binaural beats, like 528 pure hertz. That's a very protective frequency. Play it in your home. That's gonna clear out your space, okay? It's important that we start having these conversations and get real about the spiritual war that they talk about in Ephesians. It's not a flesh of blood, but a powers of principalities. That is going on, has been going on. It's time to talk about it, brother.
Yes. Yeah, perfect. Because I was going to go into that. Like, how do we, it's one thing to know this, but how do we, apply it and look for these things? What are the signs you can kind of see and discern whether someone is operating from a God frequency versus a satanic or Luciferian or what have you? Because it's so easy, all of these are going to hide. All of them will appear and have a face of godly.
Mhm.
And whatever religion, whatever teacher you go to,
Douglas,
eh,
gotcha.
they're going to be presenting you with this, because if they're coming at you with their twirling mustache and their villain top hat, obviously you're gonna sense something's off. And
Feel like they're
you
evil.
know,
I don't know what it is. If it's the big tall hat or if it's the twirly mustache,
yeah,
where I'm like this, something feels like tells me you're evil. These motherfuckers don't do that. We got to get real about what they're actually doing.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Life ain't a Disney movie, and
But yes.
the these the thing that's really important to know about this is you won't be able to tell the difference between a true light and a false light person simply just by appearances. And the thing is, like, when you look at cult psychology and cult victims, cult followers, a lot of times the people who are the best fit for that and for getting suckered into that is people who actually have true spiritual devotion and a true desire to know God. And that's what's taken advantage of, because when someone lies, any institution, anything like that, actually they're telling the truth for about 90% truth, probably, in general, give or take. But you only have to twist that a little bit to send someone down the darkest path. So let's talk about how you spot these things in the world. And yeah.
100%. I think what you said is exactly what we need to start doing, which is looking for people who are presenting this information using our discernment, because understanding the techniques of they do sprinkle in that 10% despite handing you the 90%. That's how we start understanding and fighting for the light, is understanding how they use these strategies against you. So that's one that they do. Again, it's very, very good. Look at this. I'm going to sprinkle in just a little bit of cyanide. Don't worry about it though. Hey, just have this. But you don't realize when you're eating this, oh, it tastes so good. Oh, it's so yummy. Oh, it's actually poison. Because what the negative polarity does, the strategies that they use that we need to be looking out for is, you guys, it's a really scary world out there. And there's a lot of violence and a lot of really scary things. Okay. I know we all feel uncertain, and I feel uncertain too. Okay. But there's an answer. If you guys would just trust me, and I can take care of you guys. It's really scary out there, but I have the resources. I know some things, and you're destitute and you're poor because the system is really messed up, but I have a way out. Rather it's this or that or whatever. I have the way. Let me offer you a helping hand in your time of need, right? Because they need to get your free will of your own volition. They cannot take your free will from you, because that is negative karma. How they evade getting negative karma is when you give your free will to them willingly. That's how they evade it. So they will tell you, hey, you should do this, or they'll tell you you should be afraid, and then feed off the fear, right? They're going to tell you. That's why they have to put things in movies and TV shows and things that are telling you the truth, because they'll show you the truth, but they'll do it with hidden signs, messages, etc., so that they can get relieved of certain karma. Those who have eyes to see will see it. Those who have ears to hear will hear it. But that's what we have to start looking out for is, you're saying things are on fire, and you have the way, and yours is the only way. I'm looking outside. I'm like, I don't know if I need to be as fearful as you're saying. You're saying I have to trust you. I have to take your hand. Yours is the way. Your vaccine, your whatever it is exactly what I need to take, and I should totally trust that 100%. Most people would just be like, you know what? It's the government. It's the powers that be. They know better than me. I'm just a lowly farmer worker. Let me just go ahead and scoop some fucking shit and do my thing. No disrespect to the farmers and other people working out there, like hardworking people. They take advantage of y'all. That's why I'm trying to say, like, we need to be aware of this, because they're taking advantage of us being unconscious and asleep in our own rights and our own sovereignty as spiritual beings, as physical beings, as beings that don't need to put up with unnecessary bullshit. We need to be aware of these strategies. We need to be aware of these shadows within ourselves, within the collective, because we need to see them. And again, like we said, that's how we deal with this. That's why we're in this new age. So we're looking for, again, tying this all to make it a little more cohesive. We're looking for strategy. Look for people who are offering, maybe a little bit too eager to have you join them, right? Who are just like, I have the way. This is everything you've ever wanted and ever looked for. Someone who's really trying to honor your free will is going to say, hey, this is the information I have. If it resonates, keep it. If not, that's fine. It's here for you when you're ready, right? They're going to be giving this and not expecting and trying to just be awake and aware. Pray. You can also pray. Clasp your hands and genuinely pray for God to give you a spirit of discernment. Because when you really start to look and to feel people's energies, you'll start to feel intentions. You'll start to feel, I don't know why, but there's something a little bit off about that guy. Everything looks right. Everything looks good. And I don't mean this in a paranoia schizo way. This doesn't mean be distrusting of everyone. Everyone could be a secret Luciferian, blah, blah, blah. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that we need to be a little more awake and aware in our spiritual discernment, because this is a time where a lot of these influences are very present and these shadows are being revealed, which is showing how present they are, which is why we have to look at that, understand that, and then say, no, I want to have a free and sovereign earth. I want our earth to go towards a service to others polarity. I want to be of service to God on this planet. And I refuse to have my free will taken or any of my energy and power taken by these systems and oppressors and regimes that have been here for a very long time, going all the way back to the Bible. Okay, these secret families, higher powers that we don't even have the comprehension to even begin to start thinking of have been at work and at play here for millennia. For this ain't a physical battle; it's a spiritual battle, and this is how we fight. It's information. It's an age of light. Let's talk about it, but let's get a light from the sun, a legitimate source of God, not a fluorescent light that's really bright, which we can go into the there. But
yes.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, this is why it's so important to do the internal work, all your shadow work and meditating and the breath work and anything that helps you get grounded and centered and in your true self. Because when you are sourced from your own internal grand central sun, there's nothing that they can hold over your head or any carrot on a stick they can dangle in front of you that you're going to actually chase, because you already have everything you desire and everything you want. All of the safety is within you. So what it made me think of is like all of the, like with these people, when you're looking out for this, if your like bullshit detector starts going off a little bit and your intuition just is giving you kind of a weird, kind of wishy-washy, a little dark, cloudy feeling about a certain person or organization, tune into that, because that is your intuition speaking to you. The way they can abuse that, if you're not rock solid in your faith, in your relationship with God, I think is a better way to say that. If you're not rock solid in that, it's those little seeds of fear that they use are going to find fertile soil within you, and that's how they get you. These things, the way they do it is, as we were saying, it's very subtle. They're going to be just sneaking these little things in here, in between all these beautiful, like Law of One teachings, for example. And it makes it so hard to break out of that once you become invested in this, teacher, organization, whatever, because you can to gaslight yourself and be like, but this person is, he talks about how all is one, and he's put these teachings together in a way where I've never felt so connected, and like I understand the universe so well. So
I've never experienced this level of God and enlightenment, and this has completely changed everything. So of course, this must be just a completely benevolent. The false light can be blinding. A very bright fluorescent light can leave you blind. Okay, and there's a certain level of like, this is wow. I've been living in a dark room my whole life, but just wait. That fucking radiation coming off that old ass fucking light, dog, dude, give it a week. You're going to have boils on your back the size of golf balls. That shit is not good for you. And I'm not saying...
Yes, you'll know a tree by its fruit.
By its fruit, brother. Like, by its fruit. So start paying attention to people's fruits. Start paying attention to what energy people are actually moving in, and what your like discernment and what your spirit will actually say about it. Because again, these motherfuckers running around and game, and like it doesn't change and it doesn't stop until we want it more than they want their power, which I'll tell you is a lot. They want it pretty bad. The more and more I learn every day about how deep this fucking shit goes, I feel like I get a new layer off every day, brother. And it's just like, there comes a point where I almost feel helpless. But again, how do you do it? It starts with your own personal shadow. You bring to light your own shadows, and that in turn helps the collective. You become a white blood cell in a system that is fighting a lot of disease. So I chew and bless you.
So I chew, bless you. Yeah, I think it's important to say that anytime you start talking about all the corruption in the world, that's unfathomably deep and systemic, that tends to spawn fear. And it's important to understand that there is nothing to truly fear about what they are doing. If you're fearing, you're more identified with, your human self. And again, this is a spiritual war, not a physical war. So do not be afraid.
Yes.
These people don't have any true power. All of their power truly comes from God herself. Like, this is the corruption that we see does go so deep. And I remember in the Law of one quote that stuck out to me was, they asked they were talking about corruption, and they responded, the amount of corruption on your planet beggars our ability to enumerate them. So it's basically saying, like, we cannot put in words the number of corruptions and malfeasances going on your planet. And we have to come to terms with that at some point. And we can come to terms with, we can face that in a mode of fear, or we can face that grounded in love and in truth.
But it's here, and you have to face it, and you have to make a choice. Because when you don't make a choice, it will consume you, and you will get consumed by it. And that's really all it is. We have to make a choice. We are all drowning out here in the two boats. I guess three if we're talking about Luciferianism, Satanism, slash Moloch, slash Most High. We're all drowning. There's a big ship over here with a heart on it. It says, "Hey, come with me. We can serve others." There's some other ships, and one of them, they're beating the crap out of each other, like, "I'm the boss now!" And they're like killing each other and stuff. And the other ones, they're all like, they have their pinkies up, and they're like, "And you look like a disgusting freak, and you smell bad," or whatever the hell. Like, they're doing their posh shit over there, fighting each other, and they're like, "You can join us if you want, but you're gonna have to beat us all, right? But if you don't choose a ship, at the end of the day, you're gonna drown, mama." You have to pick a ship, and you have to make a choice. Otherwise, the ocean will consume you. You will be a cog in the machine, a machine that is aiding and abetting pedophilia, rape, rings of some of the worst stuff. Literally, like Ross says, innumerable. And if Ross says it's innumerable, so what do we do? What do we do? You know what the most repeated phrase in the Bible is? It's the one you said. That's the most repeated phrase. Do not be afraid. And I say that with the breath of God in my lungs. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Because there is nothing that God cannot do and does not have handled and does not have protecting you. You get yourself right with God, you realize how much of a divine son, daughter, child that you are, and you start walking with this whimsy injected in your veins, understanding that my Father runs this, and I can call on Dad for anything at any point. That's a whole different modum operandi, my friend. That is a completely different paradigm. And I pray that all of y'all find God within, find God wherever it is, whatever that is for you. Just peace, love, joy, happiness. Find that, make a choice, and let's go. And I'm telling you, the positive side is winning. We can feel it. We are here. 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 So,
oh my God.
It's a whole shit. We are here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, brother. Any closing thoughts? We have about 5 minutes left, but God bless you. Yeah.
Yeah. It's whatever side you're on. Yeah, it's like the positive is winning. It's pretty clear to see. But if you're somehow a Luciferian and you found this content, it's like, keep on your path and find the people who are going to support you in your evolution. It's like exactly the advice I would give to people who are heart-led. Find more people. Like Jace and I have already made the decision that this is the type of world we want to move toward. And we're just going to keep attracting and bringing together more and more people. And there's millions of people around the globe doing this right now. So don't be afraid. Band together. This isn't going to be pretty, but we are going to get through it. And when we're at the end, when this world, all the corruption has been exposed, it's we'll finally have heaven on earth. It'll be the planet that we've always wanted it to be.
Hmm. It's dying, brother. This old regime is dying, and this new earth is being forged and being made. The light is winning. The light will always win because the light has already won. It's just our choice now to see that, choose that, and to live that out fully every day. That is the task in which we have been knighted to carry out here on this beautiful, wonderful earth plane. It's either a prison or a playground. And mama, I'm playing around. I'm swinging on the swing sets. I'm having a great time. So get real about get real.
Get real.
Get real.
Get real about the love.
So, like a lot of love, like a lot of these things too. I'll close on this. A lot of these ideas are very interesting topics to dive into. But like a Luciferian, we do not want to get caught up in just the collection of knowledge without embodying anything that is practical and useful to our everyday life when it comes to our goals. So understand that a lot of this, again, if it's not resonating, whatever it is, just leave it. Okay. Like it's fine if this world map doesn't make sense for you. But for those who this is helping, that's great. I'm glad you found it. But again, this is just information. How are you living out your purpose day to day? You know, what's your relationship with your vice? What's your relationship with your family, etc.? It's like we can talk metaphysical all day, but at the end of the day, like I pray that we all move with the love and spirit and flow of God within our hearts, within our bodies, brother. I know that the darkness is going to come up. We got to face it. You have to. I'm making the choice to face it with light in my heart, accountability, truth, the justice of God. And let's just continue day by day, man. So like I'm praying over every single one of y'all watching this. Like God bless you. God keep you on your path. May God, like the light, like may the light just follow you out on your path wherever you go. Bless you and keep you. And yeah, like this one, okay, it might have been a little bit more somber, but this is very heavy, like serious stuff. But at the end of the day, don't forget to whimsy max. Go outside, touch grass, go touch grass, go touch grass. I'm not repeating that. Go
Oh my
touch
God.
grass. Yeah.
Go touch grass. Go touch grass.
I need that on a soundboard. Go touch grass. Go,
Yeah.
go touch. Yes, brother. Closing thoughts, my friend. Great to talk with you as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Nah, I think that's really it. It's just, it's which will it be? You gonna exercise your free will and live in love, or are you going to give your free will away to these powers that shouldn't be
You want me
and
to
let them choose for you?
Ah!
It's like, yeah,
I'm being grinded! Oh, the machine! Oh, it's so heavy and metal and soulless! Ah! My body,
good
my
Lord.
it's so heavy!
Oh my God. Yeah,
But
well,
yeah,
that's it.
make a choice. Don't do that. Don't be like
Yeah,
don't be like that guy. All right?
yeah, don't be that guy.
We don't want to be that guy.
All right, brother.
That's what's up, brother.
Great
Until
talk.
next time.
Yeah, peace. Be
Peace.
blessed.
Be blessed. Get real.